Some people believe that soccer is a matter of life and death. I am very disappointed with that attitude. I can assure you it is much, much more important than that. This was said by Bill Shankly, who was the coach for Liverpool Football Club in the 1980s. Most people have played soccer at one point in their life, most likely when they were younger, although for a majority of the people who played, it was just a game from their childhood, like hide and seek or foursquare. Then there is a small minority for which this quote directly applies to their way of thinking. For a long time, this is how I viewed soccer, and to a certain extent, I still do. I'm going to talk about my experience, love, and struggles with the sport that has been such a large part of my life, taking you through first my childhood when I discovered the game, to my high school years and why I almost quit for good, and then how I changed my thinking and found my love for the game again. When I first started playing soccer, it was at recess with my friends in grade school. We didn't worry about rules or boundaries or even scores. The only thing we cared about was having fun and running around kicking the ball and each other. I'm sure our teachers loved it since we would come in from recess exhausted and therefore much quieter. My parents had signed me up for every sport that was available, but I was never as happy as when I was on the soccer field. One of the main reasons I liked playing soccer so much was because I was very shy and I didn't talk much. But I had quite a bit of skill for my age. Because of that skill, people gave me respect and admiration, and it was intoxicating. My first taste of this was when my coach first positioned me as a striker. I scored 6 goals that game. My team was so happy they picked me up on their shoulders and carried me off of the field. We were already halfway through the season, and this was the first time I received any attention from my teammates. Instead of playing for fun and the joy soccer brought me, I started becoming more and more concerned with the respect, admiration, and above all, the attention that I got while playing soccer. That's where my joy and happiness came from rather than the game itself. Around the time I turned 14 years old, I was playing an extraordinary amount of soccer. Not only was I playing for my high school varsity team, but I was also playing on 3 different club teams that played year-round. It was fun at first, and I really enjoyed the amount of soccer I was able to play, but I was only 14 years old, and playing and practicing on 4 different teams began to take its toll. I had also stopped receiving the respect and admiration that I had become accustomed to, and instead of being applauded for good performances, I was reprimanded if I didn't produce them. Playing for these teams began to feel less like games and more like work. I was exhausted, physically and mentally, and decided that I had had enough and quit, turning my back on the sport that used to bring me so much joy. After a few years of not playing, I ran into an old teammate of mine. We reminisced about all the fun times we had had playing soccer together, and he invited me to play for his soccer team in an adult recreation league. I hesitated at first before deciding to give it a try. I did not regret it. I forgot how much I enjoyed playing soccer, and I forgot how much fun it was. I had rediscovered the joy and the passion I had for a sport, and I was surrounded by other players who were having just as much fun. I joined more and more teams until I was playing just about every night of the week, on several different teams. I couldn't get enough, and I was loving every moment of it, although some moments I loved less than others. I even started coaching high school and club soccer teams, so when I wasn't playing soccer, I was coaching it. I've been playing constantly for over 10 years now, and I still have as much, if not more, passion for the game than when I was a child. The difference for the change was that I was now viewed playing soccer as a game. I was playing now for the joy it brought me personally, rather than playing it for other people trying to win their admiration. I no longer believe that soccer is a matter of life and death exactly, but I cannot dismiss this quote entirely. Soccer is not a matter of death for me, but for how much joy and happiness it brings me, it is definitely a matter of life. My entire experience with my love of soccer, from the wild and carefree childhood to my burnout and ultimately my rediscovery of the game, has taught me valuable lessons, not only with soccer but in life. Even though it was a difficult time in my life when I quit, it helped me refocus on what's important and reevaluate things in my life by being able to take a step back and see things for how they really are. Before, the most important thing to me while playing on a team was playing well and winning, even if I didn't like the players I was playing with, or even enjoying the game because we argued and yelled at each other the whole game. Now, the most important thing to me when playing on a team is that I play on a team I have fun with, even if we lose. Many people forget that soccer is, at its very basic fundamentals, in fact a game, and you should have fun playing it. I know I forgot for a while, but it's something I won't forget again.